Ben Peterson, and this is Sweat Power Yoga. For the next 60 minutes, we're going to move and sweat together in honor of International Yoga Day. Let's sweat, guys. Child's pose. Take the time to settle into your mat. Any thoughts of what it took to get here? What's happening after class? That doesn't matter right now. Right now, it's your body and your mat. Downward facing dog. Start connecting to your body through your gaze, your drishti. Lightly set at the back center edge of your mat, between your feet. Gaze softly set to one physical point. Very visible way to anchor your body in every pose. Ragdoll. Step your feet to your hands. Feet about hips width apart. Grab a hold of opposite elbows. Fold forward. Now start dialing into your breath. Your ujjayi breath. Deep inhales and exhales through your nose, with a light constriction to the back of your throat. Yeah, I never really do music in my classes, so make music with your breath. Extended mountain. Ground down, reach your fingertips to the ceiling. Both feet face 12 o'clock. 10 toes are light on your mat. Actively ground down into the four corners of your feet. Turn your inner ankles back. Hug your outer shins in. Gently lift your hip bones up towards your belly button as your tailbone descends for a nice neutral pelvis, a steady foundation. Hands at heart center. And we'll start class together with 3 ohms. Land here for a few breaths. Extended mountain. Inhale. Forward fold. Bow forward. Let your head hang heavy. Halfway lift to a flat back. Hands actively make contact with something, either on either sides of your feet or to your shins. Leverage that contact for a nice flat back, a long spine. High plank. Top of a push-up. Pause in your high plank. Actively hug the pit of your belly in and up towards your spine. Stabilize your body with Uddiyana Bandha, that core lock in the pit of your belly. Lean forward with your toes. Low plank. Upward facing dog. Press down into your mat with the tops of your feet. Upper arm bones hug back. Downward facing dog. Head hangs heavy. Actively root into what's making contact with your mat. Your palms. Your big and small toe mounts. No space between your palms and the mat. Big inhale. Big exhale. Look forward. Step forward. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Extended mountain. For one inhale. Forward fold. Exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. High to low plank. Upward facing dog, fill your lungs. Downward facing dog, empty your lungs. Those series of poses linked together are called the sun salutation A. Actively looking to link breath and movement. If your breath doesn't follow my cues, ignore my cues. Stay in the flow of your breath, of the body that you're in right now. Take a big inhale. Big exhale. Look forward. Step forward. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Extended mountain. Ground down. Reach up. Forward fold. Halfway lift. High to low plank. Upward facing dog. Open chest. Downward facing dog. Get nice and flowy in your body. Bring a gentle bend to your elbows and your knees to prevent your body from locking out your joints. Big inhale. Big exhale. Look forward. Step forward. Halfway lifts. Forward fold. Extended mountain. Forward fold. Halfway lifts. High to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Actively ground into your mat. Keep that soft bend in your joints. Search for that balance between effort and ease in your body. Big inhale. Big exhale. Look forward. Step forward. One more sun A. Halfway lifts. Forward fold. Extended mountain. Forward fold. Halfway lifts. High to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take your hands a little bit wider on your mat, maybe so wide that your pinkies fall right off. And create the action like you're turning your right palm clockwise and your left palm counterclockwise. Your hands won't actually move on your mat, but that action will help engage your upper arm bones and integrate your shoulders. Big inhale. Big exhale. Look forward. Step or jump forward. Halfway lifts. Forward fold. Thunderbolt. Pretend like you're sitting in an imaginary chair. Four corners of your feet ground into your mat. Pit of your belly hugs in and up. Gently pull your upper arm bones towards the back wall. Open up through your chest. Big inhale. Forward fold. Exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. High to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Warrior one, right side. Right foot forward, back foot flat. 10 toes are light. Right knee works to stack over your right ankle. At the same time, root down equally into the outer edge of your back foot. A balanced action in both feet. From skin to muscle to bone, hug into your legs. Take a big inhale. High to low plank. Exhale. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Warrior one, left side. Left foot forward. Back foot flat. Build your foundation from the ground up. And imagine there's like a shepherd's crook gently pulling on your back thigh. And you want to resist that pressure. Gently work to square your hips towards the front of the room. Feel that gentle opening in your hips. Big inhale. High to low plank. Exhale. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. We'll move through those poses again, linking breath and movement, called a sun salutation B. Stay strong in your breath and stay in the flow of your breath. Big inhale. Big exhale. Look forward, step or jump forward. Halfway lifts. Forward fold. Thunderbolt. One inhale. Forward fold. Exhale. Halfway lift. Inhale. High to low plank. Exhale on your way down. Upward facing dog. Fill up. Downward facing dog. Get empty. Warrior one. Right side. Big step forward. One big inhale. High to low plank. Exhale. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Warrior one, left side. Ground down, lift up. High to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Yeah, that consistent ujjayi breathing builds a lot of tapas, a lot of heat in our body. You always have the option to exhale through your mouth to release some of that heat. But after you do so, come back to your ujjayi breathing, in and out of your nose. Keep stoking that inner furnace between your ribs. Big inhale. Big exhale. Look forward, step or jump forward. Halfway lifts. Forward fold. Thunderbolt. 10 toes are light. Forward fold. Halfway lifts. High to low plank. Upward facing dog, strong legs. Downward facing dog. Warrior one, right side. High to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Warrior one, left side. Ground down into the four corners of both feet. High to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Bend your knees a little bit more and gently tilt your sitting bones up towards the ceiling. Ground down into your palms and press your hips closer towards the ceiling. Nice. Feel that lengthening of your spine. Big inhale. Big exhale. Look forward, step or jump forward. Halfway lifts. Forward fold. Thunderbolt. Forward fold. Halfway lifts. High to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Warrior one, right side. Lift your gaze. High to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Warrior one, left side. High to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. We have one more sun bee. Move through it one more time like it was your first time. Stay actively linked to your breath and your gaze. Big inhale. Big exhale. Look forward. Step or jump forward. Halfway lift, flat back. Forward fold. Thunderbolt. Gazes to the horizon or higher. Forward fold. Halfway lifts. High to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Warrior one, right side. Take up a lot of space on your mat. High to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Warrior one, left side. High to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Four breaths here. Powerfully cycle it in and out of your body. Bring your feet together at the back of your mat. Lift your right foot towards the ceiling. Flex your lifted foot. Bend your knee. Peel open to stack your right hip over your left. Hips are nice and open towards the sweat wall. Decide to stay here or take flip dog. Flip dog, feet are hips width apart. All 10 toes face the back wall. Hug into your core and press down into what's making contact with the floor. Steady breath. Steady gaze. Big inhale. High plank. Exhale. Feet together. Heels to the right. Right side, side plank. Right knee can come to the mat. Left leg can lift. Lift your gaze off the floor. Actively hug into your right side body. Press down into your mat to lift up. High to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Feet together. Lift your left foot towards the ceiling. Flex your left foot. Bend your knee. Peel open to stack your left hip over your right. Open your hips towards the windows. Ground down into your palms. Stay or flip. Staying or flipping for 5, 4, 3. Hug into your core. 2, 1. High plank. Feet together. Heels to the left. Left side, side plank. Bring a soft bend to your left elbow. Stay flowy. Gently lift your gaze off the floor. Big inhale. High to low plank. Exhale. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Crescent lunge. Right side, right foot forward, back heel works to stack over your back toes. Similar to warrior one, gently stack your front knee over your front ankle. At the same time, fire up your back leg. Actively stack your left heel. Hands at heart center. Twist towards the sweat wall. Left elbow hooks past your right knee. Thumb knuckles work toward your sternum. Hands can stay at your sternum or split floor to ceiling. Steady breath. Breathe into the twist. Big inhale. Stay and rinse. Exhale. Warrior 2 with an inhale. Outer edge of your back foot pivots into your mat. Opposite fingers actively reach to opposite ends of the room. Keep that reaching action with your hands. Hug your shoulder blades in towards your spine. A balanced action in your upper body. Extended side angle. Right forearm to your right thigh. Left arm reaches overhead. 10 toes are light. 10 fingers are lit up. Decide to stay here or take a bind. The bind that keeps your chest open towards the windows and your gaze off the floor. Actively breathe into the opening you're creating in your chest. Big inhale. High to low plank. Exhale. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Crescent lunge. Left side. Hug into your legs and gently bring your attention to your pelvis. Front of the pelvis gently lifts as your tailbone descends. Pelvis is neutral to keep equal weight in both legs. Hands at heart center. Twist towards the windows. Hands can stay or split. Hips stay nice and square towards the front of the room. Actively lengthen your spine through the crown of your head, deepen your twists. Big inhale. Stay and rinse, exhale. Warrior 2 with an inhale. Shoulders stack over hips. Feel that gentle opening in your left hip. Extended side angle. Really fire up your feet, fire up your legs to take some weight out of your left forearm. Stay supported with your legs. Decide to stay here or take a bind. Left hip gently tucks forward as your right hip dials up and back. Stay opening in your hips. Big inhale. High to low plank. Exhale. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Big inhale. Big exhale. Look forward. Step or jump forward. Halfway lifts. Forward fold. Thunderbolt. Ground down into your feet. Sink deep. Hands at heart center. Twist towards the sweat wall. Left elbow hooks past your right knee. Take a quick peek at your knees to make sure they're in line. For inline hips. Hands can stay or split. Big inhale. Stay and rinse. Exhale. Inhale back to center. Thunderbolt. Hands at heart center. Twist to the windows. Get out of your head. Get into your body. Gently lift your gaze off the floor. Hands stay or split. Keep your 10 toes nice and light. Ground into the soles of your feet. Big inhale. Stay and rinse. Exhale. Inhale back to center. Thunderbolt. Forward fold. Exhale. Fingers to toes. Forward fold. Heel toe your feet hips width apart. First two fingers hook your big toes. Inhale to a flat back. A nice long spine. Exhale. Fold forward. Let your head hang heavy. Bend your knees. Pull your chest closer to the tops of your thighs. Palms to toes, forward fold. Release your big toes. Slide your palms under your feet. Fold forward. Maybe nod your head and shake it side to side. Remind yourself to stay loose in your neck. Crow. Gently release your forward fold. Take your hands nice and wide on your mat. Elbows bent, knees bent. Knees work right behind your upper arms. Gently work the soles of your feet together. Toes can stay on the floor or hug into your core, press into your palms, and lift up. Stay wherever you are for 4 more breath cycles. After your 4th exhale, low plank, then flow to downward facing dog. Take a big inhale. Big exhale. Look forward. Step or jump forward. Halfway lifts. Forward fold. Extended mountain. Nice breath of fresh air. Gently softening your knees. Lengthen the crown of your head towards the ceiling. Get nice and long. Eagle. Right side. Right leg over your left. Right elbow under your left elbow. Hands can touch or come to opposite shoulders. Elbows gently lift to shoulder height. Back is nice and flat. Extended mountain, inhale. Eagle, left side, left leg over, left elbow under. Gaze is softly set to one physical point. Anchor your body through your gaze. Extended mountain, inhale. Eagle, right side, right leg over, right elbow under. 10 toes are light. Ground down into the 4 corners of your standing foot. Extended mountain, inhale. Eagle, left side. Extended mountain, inhale. Standing leg raise, right side. Option to grab your right knee and flex your right foot. Maybe grab your big toe with your first 2 fingers, or grab the outside of your right foot. Hug into your core, press down into your standing foot. Peel open. Gaze is to the horizon or higher. Option to tee open your left arm and shift your gaze over your left shoulder. Leg and gaze back to center. Kick your right foot in front of you. Flex your right foot. Hug into your core. Don't kick back yet. Hold here. Get nice and long through your standing foot. Lengthen the crown of your head towards the ceiling. Okay, now kick back, airplane. Kick your right foot back, arms long by your side, palms face the floor. Actively flex your lifted foot like you could put a hole right in the back wall. Lengthen the crown of your head towards the front of the room. Lengthen your spine. Hands at heart center. Half moon. Left hand to the floor or to a block. Standing foot stays facing 12 o'clock. Right hip stacks over your left. Standing leg is softly bent. Big inhale, lift up. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lifts. Forward fold. Extended mountain. Standing leg raise, left side. Grab what you want to grab. Hug in. Ground down. Peel open. Lower ribs gently knit in towards your body. Actively hug into center line. If you have your left knee, flex your left foot. Light up your entire body. Leg and gaze back to center. Kick your left foot in front of you. And step up to the top of your mat. Airplane. Upper arm bones gently hug up towards the ceiling. Open your chest. Hands at heart center. Half moon. Give yourself the stability of standing foot on 12 o'clock. Big inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Extended mountain. Hands at heart center. Tree, right side. Without looking down at your feet, take your right foot to your left leg, below or above your knee. Root your right foot into your left leg. Grow your tree. Keep your standing toes light. Strong roots in your standing foot. Hands at heart center. Right foot meets your left. Keep your gaze lifted. Tree, left side. Root down and grow. Gently integrate your shoulders. Hug them in towards your spine. Melt them from your ears. Hands at heart center. Left foot meets your right. Extended mountain. Forward fold. Halfway lift. High to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Triangle, right side. Right foot forward, back foot flat. Right leg works towards straight but doesn't lock out entirely. Actively reach your right fingertips towards the front of the room. Then pivot your hands floor to ceiling. Right hand can come to a block outside your right shin to keep a lift in your chest. Gently tuck your right hip under as your left hip dials up and back. Side facing wide-legged forward fold. Press into your right foot to stand up. Turn all 10 toes towards the windows. Hands to your hips, knees softly bend. Fold forward. Ground into your mat with your feet. Hug into your legs. And let your chest melt closer to the tops of your thighs. Create that balanced action of power in your lower body and softness in your upper body. Hug into your core. Slowly stand back up. Pyramid. Turn your right toes towards the front of the room. Back leg steps up. You may need to step out to the left a little bit to help square your hips towards the front of the room. Then fold forward. Hands frame your right foot. Torso cascades over your right thigh. Let your head hang heavy. Twisting triangle. Right palm to your right lower back. Left hand stays at the floor or comes to a block. Halfway lift to a flat back, a nice long spine. Twist towards the sweat wall. Ground down into your feet, deep in your twists. Big inhale. Stay and rinse. Exhale. Hands to the mat. High to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Triangle, left side. Left foot forward. Back foot flat. Left leg works towards straight. Stay soft in your knee. Reach your left fingertips towards the front of the room. Hands pivot floor to ceiling. Reach your right fingertips towards the ceiling. Shift your gaze off the floor. Side facing, wide-legged forward fold. Press off with your left foot to stand up. Turn all 10 toes towards the sweat wall. Create an arm bind. You could interlace your fingers or grab opposite elbows, maybe even a towel, and fold forward. Stay soft in your knees. Keep that active flow of blood from your feet to your head. Hug into your core. Slowly stand back up. Pyramid. Turn your left toes towards the front of the room. Back leg steps up. Hips square. Fold forward. And if your body isn't feeling that bind today, you can release your hands. Frame your left foot. Find what feels good in your body right now. Twisting triangle. Gently release your bind. Take your left palm to your left lower back. Right hand stays at the floor or comes to a block. Halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Twist towards the windows. Active breath. Active gaze. Big inhale. Stay and rinse. Exhale. Hands to the mat. High to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. high plank. At the end of a 5 count, slowly lower all the way down to your mat. 4, 3, 2, 1, down to your mat. Arms long by your side, palms face the floor, neck is at neutral. Take a clearing breath in, clearing breath out. With an inhale, locust. Gently lift up to balance on your pelvis. Palms face the floor, 10 fingers and 10 toes. Reach towards the back wall. Big inhale. Exhale, gently release. Clearing breath in. Clearing breath out. With an inhale, one more locust. Option to create an arm bind behind your back to stretch out your shoulders. Actively lengthen your spine through the crown of your head. Big inhale. Exhale, gently release. Clearing breath in. Clearing breath out. With an inhale, floor bow. Bend your knees. Grab your ankles. Kick back. Gently work your knees together to help keep your legs from splaying out. Flex your 10 toes. From skin to muscle to bone, hug into your legs. Gently release. Clearing breath in. Clearing breath out. With an inhale, one more floor bow. Kick back for 5, 4, 3, strong core, 2, 1, gently release. Good windshield wipe your shins side to side. Bring some relief to your lower back. Hands to the mat, just below your lower ribs. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Bridge. Step your feet up to the top of your mat. Roll down to a flat back. Both feet face 12 o'clock. Feet are hips width apart. Ground into your feet. Lift up onto your shoulders. Soften your glutes. Fire up your legs. Big inhale. Exhale, gently release. Clearing breath in. Clearing breath out. With an inhale, bridge or wheel. Press down to lift up for 5, 4, 3, strong legs, 2, 1, gently release. Clearing breath in. Clearing breath out. Both feet face 12 o'clock. With an inhale, bridge or wheel, press down, lift up for 5, 4, neutral pelvis, 3, 2, 1, gently release. Clearing breath in. Clearing breath out. With an inhale, bridge or wheel for 5, 4, 3, ground into your mat, 2, 1, gently release. Clearing breath in. Clearing breath out. With an inhale, bridge or wheel, 5, 4, shoulder blades hug in, 3, 2, 1, gently release. Clearing breath in. Clearing breath out. With an inhale, bridge or wheel for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, gently release. Clearing breath in. Wipe the slate clean, clearing breath out. With an inhale, bridge or wheel, press down, lift up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, gently release. Supta Baddha Konasana. Actively press the soles of your feet together. Let your knees fall wide. One hand to your chest, one hand to your stomach. Eyes are softly open. Feel the work under your palms. Happy baby. Hug your knees into your chest. Grab the outsides of your feet, or maybe behind your thighs. Flex your feet and peel open. From your shoulder blades all the way down to your tailbone, a nice flat back. Through that flat back, get open in your hips. Maybe take gentle rocks side to side. Feels pretty great on your lower back. Hug your knees into your chest. Take gentle rocks side to side. Maybe draw small circles with your knees. Grab behind your thighs. Rock and roll head to heels. Downward facing dog. Lizard lunge, right side. Step your right foot outside your right hand. Left knee can come to the mat. Lift up onto your right heel. Flex your right foot. Pivot the outer edge of your right foot to be flush with the floor. Hip is nice and open towards the front of the room. You can stay on your palms or maybe come to your forearms. Maybe use a block to bring the floor closer to your forearms. Actively stay in your breath. Feel that gentle opening in your hips. Decide to stay here or take half pigeon. Slide your right shin to become parallel to the top edge of your mat. Right thigh parallel to the right side edge. Get into your body. Actively work to find the comfort and the discomfort of the hip openers. When I'm in hip openers, my head gets chatty. Thinks about how tight my hips are or how long I'll have to stay there. I'm not going to find any answers in my head. The answers are in my body. The way to get into your body is through a simple action of breathing. Downward facing dog. Lizard lunge, left side. Keep your left foot nice and flexed. Decide to stay here or take half pigeon. Listen to the sound of your neighbor's breath. Try to match it. Seated forward fold. Gently come to a comfortable sitting position. Legs long in front of you. Reach your 10 fingers toward the ceiling. Exhale, fold forward. Bring a generous bend to your knees for a nice flat back. Let your forehead and chest melt closer towards your legs. Fish. Gently release your forward fold. Lean back on your forearms. Tuck your fingertips under your bum. Open your chest towards the ceiling. Hug your shoulder blades in towards your spine. Really open up through your chest. Final inversion. Headstands or handstands, optional. Shoulder stand. You could lift up onto your shoulders. Keep your back supported with your hands. You could take waterfall, place a block under your hips, and just lift your heels towards the ceiling. Gently letting your feet relax from supporting you upright all day long. From shoulder stand, plow. Let your feet fall above your head. Toes do not have to touch the floor behind you. Deaf man's pose. Bend your knees. Hug your knees on opposite sides of your head. Back stays nice and supported with your hands. Gently come out of your inversions. Come to a nice flat back. Right side supine spinal twist. Hug your right knee into your chest. Extend your left leg long. Take your right knee over to the left. Tee open your right arm. Look over your right shoulder. Switch sides. Hug your knees back to center. Supta Baddha Konasana. Soles of your feet together. Knees fall wide. Together, we'll let go of our Ujjayi breath. Through your nose, take a big inhale. Through your mouth, audible exhale. Savasana. Rest. Arms can come long, legs long. Option to bring some relief to your lower back. You can take your feet to the outer edges of your mat, bend your knees, and let your knees fall in together. Right now, softly close your eyes. Melt into your mat. Bring gentle movement back to your body. Wiggle your fingers, your toes. Hug your knees into your chest. Roll onto your right side. Keep your eyes softly closed. Come to a comfortable sitting position. Hands at heart center. Sit up nice and tall. Three ohms. Lift your thumb knuckles to your forehead. Thank you for sharing your practice with me. Together, to each other, we'll bow and say, Namaste. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Thank you anyone on Facebook who joined us from home. I hope you're as sweaty as we